Hey guys, Craig Atkins here and welcome to another Weekend Outdoors. Today we're on the lake fishing for hybrid bass. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's the last week of September, 65 degrees outside, and a front's going to come through tomorrow. But for now, the barometer is low, the wind's blowing out of the west with gusts up to 40 miles an hour. I mean, it is screaming over here sometimes. When I kayaked over here to this bank, I was picking up fish anywhere from 10 to 17 feet deep, but there was a ton of fish really shallow. Oh, there's a fish. Oh, there was a ton of fish really shallow up to, oh, he's coming to me. You know, up around 10, 12 feet, a lot of fish. And when that happens, it usually means they're active and turned on because they come in shallow on this windy bank. And you know, I haven't had my line in the water but a few minutes and I'm already into them. So stick around, we're just getting started, fellas. Oh man, this is a good fish. This is a good fish. I was marking big fish when I pedaled up here. Actually, I went over it a couple of times because I couldn't believe the size of those fish I was marking. I was thinking, man, there must be some really hogs up here. Oh, that's a really nice fish. All right. Woo, we got him boated. First fish, just getting started, just getting the lines in the water. Haven't been fishing 3 or 4 minutes. Got the first fish in the boat. Let's take a look at this one. Oh my gosh. Hello. All right, guys, take a look at that. What a way to start the day. Wow. That's a nice fish. Nice fat fish. Big and heavy thing. And you know, like I said, when I came up on the bank, I was marking a bunch of fish in 10, 12 feet of water. Lots of fish and big fish. And this is what I was marking. And you know, when you see them, you know, fish like this and marks like I was seeing in shallow water on a windy bank, it usually means they're active and turned on. So this is the way to start the day right there. All right, back you go. Oh, got a fish. Got one on here. And I hooked myself too. Oh man. Oh, this is a good fish. I don't know how I hooked myself, but I did. Oh, this is a big, heavy fish. Big, heavy fish. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is a big, big fish. Got him. Woo! Oh my gosh, you're not gonna believe this. Man, I just put one line out and man, oh man, before I could get the second one out, my rod took off screaming. Somehow I hooked myself in the process of hooking this one, and this is a behemoth. Oh my gosh, what a fish. You're not gonna believe this thing. Oh, let me get him out of the net and take a big look at this. Man, oh man, you big fat thing. All right, guys, take a look at that monster. Woo, man, what a monster. Look at that. Wow. I've already weighed him. He weighs 9 pounds. He's 26 inches long. That's what I'm talking about. That is a big fish. They make them bigger. Let's get back at it. All right, away you go. You get bigger, I'll catch you again some other time. See you later, alligator. All right. He might be an original stalker. They may not be any bigger than that in here, but if there is, I'm game. Man, he smacked the tar out of that thing. You know, I always carry a variety of egg sinkers with me. I have them quarter, half, 3/4, and 1 ounce egg sinkers. And you know, particularly on windy days like today, I'm just getting by with 1/2 ounce, but probably should have a 3/4 or 1 ounce on. It would make a big difference because I'm throwing into the wind. It would make a big difference getting my bait out there where I want it. So far I haven't had any problem because a lot of the fish are in close. So even throwing into the wind, I can get there. So I haven't had to add any weight or change my sinker out completely. But it always pays to have a variety because you don't know. And particularly, you know, if you were suspend fishing, for instance, and the fish were 30 feet deep, you'd want a 1 ounce weight on because it will get your bait down there to them faster. And so that's the reason you would want it suspend fishing. Or on a day like today where I'm bottom fishing a windy shoreline, I may need that heavy weight to cast my bait out to where I really need it to be. But today I'm getting by on 1/2 ounce, so I'm not going to change them if I don't have to. Oh, that just hit bottom. Yeah, guy just hit bottom. Tightened up the line and he took her. Come on back this way. There we go. Attaboy. There, we got him. Ooh, you're bigger than I thought you were. I didn't think you were near that big. All right. Look at that thing. Heck yeah. That's a nice fish. Yes, sir. I'll tell you, the hook broke off when I tried to take the hook out. That was 30-pound braided line, brand new braided line. I just tied it on yesterday, and they've already wore the braid, and the hook broke off right at the knot. Well, these, you know, I've caught a pile on big wipers like this already today, and you know it wears on that heavy line. You know, that's the reason I use 30-pound test line. And You know, those guys are rough on equipment and are rough on your line. And even with 30-pound test line, you know, particularly when I'm fishing the bottom and stuff, and you'll want to change that line out frequently, because you'll find that it gets frayed real fast, and you don't want to lose a big old fish because, you know, your line's bad. So make sure you change that out as often as you can. Now I'm using a process of elimination here today. I marked fish. Oh, there's one right there. Man, I just threw that out. Oh, that's a good fish too. Oh my gosh. It's a really good fish. Trying to keep him out of my other line here. This is a good fish. This is a really good fish. Not gonna horse them. I was doing that last time. I was horsing those fish, and I broke some off and pulled the hook out of some of them. Ain't gonna do that today. All right. All right. Oh, look at all those shad right up against the bank. Alright guys, take a look at that. It's another really nice fish. Big heavy fish. Heck yeah. Yeah, I'm taking my time with them today, and in fighting the fish and playing them a little bit. I broke off on some nice fish like this last week, and pulled a hook out of a couple of them. And so today I'm taking it a little easy with them, playing them out and landing these really nice big fish. Man, that's a big fat heavy fish. All right, let's get you back in the water. All right, thanks for the good time, buddy boy. And I got 2 mussels on this hook because they're small. All right, so here's what I'm using, guys. I've got ½ ounce egg sinker that I'm barely getting by with. Got 2 beads on there, and that's to protect my knot, and you know, it also adds some clicking noise when I drag it across the bottom. I've got about a 1-foot leader here of 30-pound braided line and a 3/0 circle hook. We've got 2 little mussels on it, and I've got a 30-pound braided line. So already today I have broke my 30-pound line on fish 2 times, 3 times. So my very first bite, snapped 30-pound test line. I had another one that snapped early on, and then I had one that I landed the fish, but the hook or the knot gave at the hook. So you know, 30-pound test line sounds like a lot, but it's not when you're fighting big mean fish. That's all there is to it. I'm using my steelhead rods. As I said earlier, they're 9-foot, medium action. Helps me cast a long way and helps me fight the fish, you know, absorb the vicious runs that they have. These are my steelhead rods, and steelhead are notorious for doing that. And that's about all there is to it, guys. This is pretty simple fishing. You don't have to have long rods. You know, I fished, you know, years without them. But for bank fishing, I like them a lot better than I do my 6.5 or 7-foot rods. That extra 2 foot makes a big difference. And really, it's not expensive. You know, the rods are only, you know, $40 rods. So, you know, if you got a couple of them, you could always take reels off of another rod, you know, and put on here, and so you don't have to invest a lot of money in it. Oh, there he goes. There we go. I haven't had a fish on this one in a long time. Over an hour. Now, my first fish, my first run was on this rod when I first got here, and he snapped me off. Brand new line, brand new 30-pound test line, and I couldn't believe that he snapped me off, but he did. And I snapped off another one a little bit earlier or later on this rod, and then one on the other. It's a good fish. I'm not horsing him, I'm playing him. All right. So I got out of the boat, and it's all tangled up in my line there. I got out of the boat and threw this out in deeper water. And maybe that's where they went. Maybe they went out in deep water. Oh, that's a good fish. All right, guys, look at that. That's a nice fish. Now, I got out of the kayak and actually walked out maybe 20 feet out in front of the kayak and tossed that out into deep water, and that's where this one came from. Oh, let me get a better grip on him. That's where this one came from. That's a nice fish. Maybe they moved out into deep water. I don't know. I'm gonna bait it up and put it right back out there and see if we can't get his brother. All right. Man, you are fat. Man, you need to go on a diet. Get out of here.